Hey guys, it's Miss Wilson. I'm out at challenge day, so be on your best behavior. And you're going to work on a project for the next 2 days. It's going to be due the end of class or the beginning of class on Thursday in case you don't finish at the end of class tomorrow. But we're going to read through the instructions, then I'm going to do an example with you. So first, in this project, you'll be assessing the ability to graph linear equations, creating your own unique stained glass window. Each one of them, we are using y equals mx plus b. And remember, m is our slope, b is our y-intercept. You can use your notebook, and you need to use a ruler for this, and you'll have to color it very nicely. So here's the due date. Like I just said, it's going to be the beginning of class Thursday. And you're going to follow all the instructions below. Underline or highlight if something seems important to you. Complete each input-output table for 7 given equations. You will be turning in this sheet as your work page. This whole entire packet's going to get turned in. If you have to take it apart, you may. You may choose any x value, but at least 4 of your ordered pairs must fit in your coordinate plane. So you're going to choose x values that are on your coordinate plane. And if I look at the coordinate plane, that means my x values can be anywhere between -14 and +14. That will make them fit on the graph. So you're going to choose your x values. Remember what I told you? I like to use 0 and 1 or -1 because it makes the math a little simpler, but you can choose whichever you need to. Some of them I gave you the y, and you're going to have to figure out what x went there. That's a little bit of a challenge. Then you use the value from your input tables to graph each linear. So plot the points and then make the connection, or plot one of the points and use the slope. I'll show you on the example. Use a ruler. This is very important. This is part of your grade. Your lines must extend the entire graph, and you have to put arrows on the end. I also want you to label each. So add that on here. Label each line, because that's good practice as well. Then you're going to go back and you're going to trace using a black marker or black pen. It does not have to be black, but it does need to be pen or marker. Black just makes it look sharp, but like a stained glass window, but you can use any color as long as I can see them. When you're tracing, though, you need to use a ruler again. The reason we're doing it in pencil first is just in case we mess up. Then your time to be creative. Every section needs to be colored. None of them can be left white. You can't create sections within sections. You guys are all going to have the same sections, but different colors. Your colors cannot touch each other. So like red can't touch red, green can't touch green, but you can use the same color more than once. They just have to be spread out. On the next slide, there's a completed example for you to see. Don't leave it up there, please, because it will be the key. So we're going to, then it's going to be, it needs to be neat, and it's going to look like a glass window. If you've never seen a stained glass window, I'll show you a picture also. So if you're looking on here, this is just like we did in the notes, and you can look in the notes. Right here, this is the process column. Like if whatever I plug in for x, I'm going to do a negative, whatever I plug in for x, okay? Same thing here, negative something equals +6. That means I had to put a -6 in there, because a negative times a negative is a positive. -6, +6. Okay, so each one is going to be the process column. If you notice, number 6, I graphed number 6 and number 7 for you because they're just horizontal and vertical lines. And you just need to fill out the table. So where y is 8, what else could an ordered pair be? Right here, this is -9, 8. But if you just look at the graph, the ones I gave you. If you look at number 4, that was a typo. It should be y equals x minus 18. And if that's the case, what did x have to be to get -12? So x would have had to been 6. +6 minus 18 would give me -12, right? -18. negative 12. So then, like I said, I like to use 0. 0 minus 18 is 18, negative. What about, let's try 1. 1 minus 18, negative 17. Now you need to look and see if these are even going to fit on the graph. Let's see. How about 10 minus 18? Again, you can choose your values. If you don't want to use the same ones as me, you don't have to. But on the paper, you're going to have to graph these in a second. And that has to be part of the grade, how neat it is. And we need one more, so let's try 12. 12 minus 18, negative 6. Subtract and keep the sign of the larger number. So using those numbers, I'm just going to go graph them. Again, if you need to pull your paper apart, you can. And we'll double check the rubric in a second. But you see how both the lines I already gave you are on here and labeled. And now we're going to do 6, negative 12. That was one of the points. 12, negative 6 was one of the points. 10, negative 8 was one of the points. 1, negative 17. And 0, negative 18, which is our y-intercept. And you're going to extend it. Remember, it has to be extended the whole entire graph. Oh, you didn't see it, I'm sorry. So I plotted the points from the table, and then it needs to be extended the entire graph. If you want to make a, if you want to put it the entire, all the way to the edge, you may, or you can draw an outline or something if you want. But the equation of this one was y equals x minus 18. And this was number 4. Again, there's 7, and I just have given you 3 of them, so I don't think that it's unreasonable. But when you're done, it's all going to be like broken up into sections, and you color each section different. Okay, you guys be good. I'll be back tomorrow. If you're out tomorrow, I'll see you Thursday. This is due Thursday, just so you know. If you need help, I'll be here after school today and before school tomorrow. Okay, if you need any other help, the sub has a key. And you guys help each other. If you're understanding, help your neighbor. Okay, love you. Bye.